All right, we are officially live.
It's red
THC on the YT on a Saturday in the PM.
in the PM. Yep.
CST, EST.
Classic THC live stream.
Classic THC. It's
Man,
been
it's been a
little over a
while.
month and a half since our last live stream.
That time flies by too. I
Yeah, it
mean,
does.
it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but it was.
Yep, it certainly was.
Yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about. There's been a movie released recently that we sort of spoke to each other about, but the Batman came out. First, though, the first thing I want to talk about, man, is that beautiful canvas you have hanging behind you.
Oh yeah.
So
Hopefully,
spines in,
I don't know
spines
how
out.
bright it is. It kind of looks dark on my screen. I don't know how bright it is for you guys, but
It's a bit dark. I don't think people can get what the background is on it, but
well, that's
the
good because I
general
don't want to
idea.
get sued.
That's true. Yeah,
Well,
fair
I'm not
enough.
selling it though. It's just for personal use, so it's not like I'm selling it. So I'm not like
Right,
making money off of it. I just took
right.
some art that I liked and threw our shit on top of it, and then
Yeah,
had a professional canvas made for it for my office.
it's a tribute, if anything.
It is. It's our favorite comic book,
Yeah,
split in half, and then our like logo on over it. It's
it's
yeah.
dope.
I really dig it, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah. Completely unrelated. I'm very much excited for the Sunday edition of Ice Cream Man. I don't know if I
Yes,
think I showed you that.
June. What is it, the
June,
first
finally.
12 issues?
Yeah, I mean they got
Yeah.
enough to do a second one
Yeah, they're
within
at like issue like
half a year.
27 or something like that right now.
Very exciting.
Well, speaking of comic books that we're excited about, man, let's jump into the nitty-gritty. We'll try to hold back spoilers as much as possible because I think a lot of the things that we're going to discuss are brand new, like within the last couple of days, so people may not have had a chance to read it themselves yet. So we will try to keep it as spoiler free as humanly possible.
Hmm.
So first up on the docket, let's talk about Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider is back. I think that one's like a week and a half old now, but either way, Ghost
Yeah,
Rider is back. Benjamin
that's right.
Percy is writing Ghost Rider. An artist that I wasn't familiar with, Corey Smith on
Yeah, me
art.
neither.
And so I read it earlier today and I was like, dude, you got to read this before we go live tonight. What are your thoughts on the new Ghost Rider series?
My thoughts are it was fun. I enjoyed reading it. I'll probably continue reading it. I mean, yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed it. It's tough not to give away spoilers, man. I mean, it's the first issue though. I don't know. It's tough.
It
It's
is.
tough.
I loved it. I was very skeptical when they announced a new Ghost Rider book because he's been kind of as a Ghost Rider character has been kind of hit and miss over the last decade or so.
Right.
With the whole Robbie stuff, and I don't know. I just wasn't a
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
fan of all that Ghost Rider world. But I'm happy to say Johnny Blaze is back.
Hmm.
And I know he kind of came back for like that Doctor Strange team up, like was it Damnation? I think it was the one that Donny Cates did.
Right. Right.
I know that they were kind of like back for that whole thing, and he was like, the king of hell and whatnot. But Johnny Blaze is back as Ghost Rider, and that makes me so damned excited
Yep.
because he's the OG. I love Johnny Blaze, so I'm so happy to see Johnny Blaze back. Percy killed it in that story. I thought he did a really good job writing. I cannot wait to see where the story goes.
Yeah.
And Corey Smith's art,
It was amazing.
yeah, it fits the title
Hmm.
so incredibly well.
Yeah.
And
The title, the issue gave me a supernatural Fargo vibe.
yes,
That's what
I
I got
honestly,
from it.
while reading it, I felt like it was, he was inspired by WandaVision.
Mhm, mhm.
Like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
definitely gave me a WandaVision vibe, but with Ghost Rider and then all of like the demons and things that Ghost Rider has to face. And it's brutal. Like they don't hold back in the
oh,
art.
yeah.
Like they're going gruesome. This isn't like Disney Marvel. This is straight up horror, supernatural ghost writer, like not meant for kids.
Yeah.
And that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
So happy.
You think you're gonna stick with it?
Oh
Keep
yeah,
reading?
for
Yeah.
sure. For
Okay.
sure. I really, really love that first issue.
Yeah, and it's got Johnny Blaze, which is your guy. So that yeah, I mean it was a fun time. I'll probably keep up with it. I hope it goes for a while because I think there's maybe a longer story that Percy wants to tell. So we'll see. Yeah, the art was sweet. I've never heard of Corey Smith before, but I'm sure
Neither
we'll
did
see
I.
the
I had to actually
name.
look him up.
Yeah, we'll probably see it all over the place now.
So then that brings us to a book that just dropped a couple of days ago.
That's right.
One that was a very controversial title.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For reasons that I'm not quite sure I fully understand, but none other than the brand new Jason Aaron Jesus Saiz Punisher.
Yes.
Punisher #1 dropped.
Yep.
And after reading it, the first like 7 pages or so, I'm like, what the fuck is going on, right?
Yeah.
But then as soon as like it got into like really the story and it started explaining itself, I got super into it.
Right.
I
Yep.
thoroughly enjoyed it. The whole controversy with the skull thing is so dumb to
It's so
begin with.
silly.
But not only that, but after reading the book, it's even dumber because the old skull logo, and this isn't really a spoiler, but the old skull logo is throughout the book, like multiple
Yeah.
times. It is seen throughout the book.
Yep. It's
Like,
just it's
it
just
never
another
it didn't go away.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just I don't know why there are ever controversies. It's what Marvel does. They change it up with the character for a little bit, and then it's back to the way it was. Don't worry, guys. Like, I mean, that skull's not going away.
You
But
know,
I thought it was
it's
fun.
throughout the book. Like the skull is
Yeah,
shown throughout the book multiple times.
yeah,
And like it's still there front and center. But story wise, I loved it. I thought it was really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed that story. Um, like I said, the first like 6 or 7 pages, I was very confused. I didn't know what was like, and it was like, what is going on right now? But
yeah.
as soon as you actually got into the meat and potatoes of the book, it was very well done. Very,
Mhm.
very well done on Jason Aaron's part. I'm
Yeah,
excited to see where it goes.
yeah. The art was ridiculously good.
Yes.
Crazy
And
action scenes. I
and
mean,
very gruesome yet again.
mhm.
Again,
Oh
not meant
yeah,
for kids. Like
not at
tons of
all.
up close blood, guts. Like it's
Limbs,
got it all, man. It's everything you want in a Punisher
crazy.
book.
Yeah. The only thing is, I enjoyed both titles. I'd continue to read them, but it just seems like for, $3.99, if you're paying that price, I mean, there's not, like, too much happening in the issue, you know?
Which one?
Both I mean, maybe Ghost Rider less so, but Punisher is just like, it kind of felt like a preview or something, like an issue 0 where it's like, this is what you're gonna be
Yeah, I
getting
would
into.
agree with it. Felt like an issue 0. I can
Ghost
see
Rider, I
that.
felt like there was a good amount of, stuff going on. I thought there was a good amount of plot.
Mhm.
But yeah, Punisher just sort of felt like here's a bunch of action. Here's what the story's gonna be. You're in for a treat. It was like
Yes.
a little
It
appetizer.
was kind of an epilogue type thing or a not
A
epilogue,
prologue, yeah,
prologue.
yeah.
It definitely felt that way. I will say the ending,
Mhm.
I was like,
Mhm.
I like where you're going,
Yes.
Jason. I like where you're going, buddy.
Yeah. It'll be interesting for sure.
That was good stuff. And I gotta say, dude, seeing Punisher with swords is badass.
Yeah, it is.
Like watching Punisher as like this like ninja, type thing, which again, that's not a spoiler. Everybody knew that he had
Right,
swords going
right.
into this. That was a lot of fun. I
It's very
thoroughly
cool.
enjoyed watching him with swords. That was awesome.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it was
So
beautiful, man. Jesus Saiz was on fire with that issue.
yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So those are 2 titles that I'm definitely gonna, because I always say like, oh, I'm not keeping up on current stuff, and then because everybody's always asking, I'm like, I don't keep up on current books. I'm like, well,
Right.
I'm gonna try to keep up on a few current books, but there's just so much old stuff to read
Yeah.
that it's really hard. But speaking of also current, another book that I'm currently caught up on from Marvel is Moon Knight. I've read all
Mm,
9 issues that are currently out
nice.
of Moon Knight. And I love it. Jed McKay is doing a phenomenal job on Moon Knight. I think I like this might be one of my favorite Moon Knight runs
Wow.
period.
Damn.
Like it's really good. I really like what he's doing. He kind of kept like
Nice.
that Ellis, like hooded suit thing, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Knight. Like he
Yeah.
kept that for like one part of it, but then when he's out kicking ass, he's in like his costume that you want to see him in, and
Right. Right.
it flows so well together, dude. I
Awesome.
absolutely love where this book is headed. I think it's really fun. I'm excited to hear if anybody else has any opinions
Yeah, I need to
on
check
Moon
it out.
Knight.
So one thing a lot of people are mentioning, and I've seen people asking in comments, Ghost Rider and Punisher, the new number ones that came out, are they new reader friendly?
Oh yes, someone asked me that on Instagram. I would say yes to both. I think they're both extremely new reader
I
friendly.
agree.
I would say as long as you have a basic understanding of who Johnny Blaze is and a
Right.
basic understanding of who the Punisher is, then they're extremely new reader friendly. Like you're okay to jump in with it.
Yep.
And even in the very beginning of the Punisher, like the first 3 or 4 pages, they kind of give you a high level overview background of the Punisher and like
Hmm.
who he is as well.
That's
So
right.
I would say it's extremely new reader friendly for
You feel
sure.
that with the new Moon Knight?
Um Yes
Um,
and no. Again,
okay.
I think as long as you have a general understanding of who the character is and what
Yeah.
Moon Knight's about, then yeah, I do. And you don't have to like necessarily read any old Moon Knight stuff. You could just wiki, Moon Knight,
Right.
or wait until March 30th and watch the Disney Plus series and then go back, however you want to do it.
Yeah.
But as long as you just have a basic understanding of who Moon Knight is, know that he has like, multiple personalities and he's the fist of Khonshu and like that kind as long as like the basics of Moon Knight, then yes, you can jump right into it.
Hmm.
um so yeah, dude, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Marvel's got some good stuff out there right
They've
now.
got some good stuff, 3 titles. But yeah,
Well,
I
hey,
agree.
better than I
Hey,
normally.
it's true.
I'm not reading anything. I've also been catching up and reading. I'm still way far behind, but I've been slowly catching up on the current Amazing Spider-Man run that's going on.
Okay.
Um, and God, why am I forgetting his name all of a sudden? Who wrote it, or well, who was writing it at the very beginning? Nick Spencer.
Nick Spencer.
I've actually been enjoying it. I'm a little shocked because I wasn't a big
Nice.
fan of his Superior Foes of Spider-Man. I know some people loved it. I wasn't a
That was a
fan.
great title. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. So I was a little worried about Amazing Spider-Man, which is why I put it off for so long. Because I'm like,
Mhm.
but I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. It's
Yeah.
actually pretty fun so far.
I'm really excited for Carnage by Ram V.
Yeah, he's doing
That's
Venom right now.
Is he?
Yeah, and there's like 6 issues of Venom out right now, so I'm
Okay.
actually very strongly debating on going back and giving Venom a go.
Yeah, I like Ram V, so
Mhm.
very good stuff. Yeah, and the only stuff I'm reading from Marvel, I'm trying to think. Anything with Simon Spurrier or Kieran Gillen writing. That's it. So like I think Eternals and a few X-Men titles. That's it. Going for the creators.
There you go, man.
Got to
Sometimes
support my
there's just
boy
so much
Spurrier.
in the
I know.
world of comics right now. Sometimes you just have to
Yeah.
pick and choose your poisons, but
Speaking
um
of support, well, this doesn't necessarily support the creator, but if anyone wants a Gideon Falls shirt, now's a good time to get one.
but it's a specific Gideon Falls shirt.
That's right.
It's only the one T.
With the
Maybe we can
house.
pull it up and we can show everybody what it looks like.
I
I
remember
don't
when I
think they
looked on it,
do it as
it was called like the page 28 to 29
yeah. It was just
t-shirt.
it was an all black tee and it had the red house
Yeah.
of the Gideon Falls house in red on the front. And well, I'll let you finish explaining it, but that's what the shirt looked like.
Yeah, and essentially all the proceeds from that go to supporting Ukraine, and the humanitarian things going on over there. So it's pretty cool. I mean, you can get a shirt and help a cause. So
Yeah, Jeff
it's a good
Lemire
excuse.
and Adriano Sorrentino, they both said that all their proceeds that they received from that shirt, and then also Lemire's doing commissions and stuff, and all the 100% of the proceeds of that for March and April are
Mhm.
going to go straight to like UNICEF and
That's right, UNICEF. Yeah.
other charities and things like that to help out. So, um, if you've ever wanted a really cool Gideon Falls shirt, now's like a great excuse to go get
Yeah.
one. I think it was only like $25 or something too. It wasn't even like an expensive shirt, but
Yeah.
um,
No, it's yeah, $25. That's right.
yeah, it wasn't bad. Not bad at all. I'm trying to think. So anything else that if you've been before we jump into comments, because like I said, we're only gonna go an hour and a half tonight. But so before we jump in and chat with everyone, is there anything else that you've been reading?
I've been reading, so I've been trying to come up with video ideas, doing some top 5, geez, sorry, top 6, top 7 stuff. So I've been digging into some of that 2000 AD stuff we got on a Humble
That reminds me,
Bundle.
I still owe you for that. I haven't downloaded anything yet,
No,
but I
it's no
still gotta
big
pay
deal,
you for
no big
that.
deal. But yeah, it's awesome. There's so much cool content on there. It's nice to get like a different style of comic, a lot of stuff you've never even like heard of before.
But a lot
So
of it's just like the volume 1 or 2, and then you're gotta go buy all the others, right?
well, that
Or
was
is
the
there just a
Oni
complete
Press
series?
stuff. That was
Oh
the
yeah,
Oni
yeah,
Press
yeah.
one. Yeah, yeah. The 2000 AD one's pretty good because it's a lot of minis. I think all of like Zenith is there, which was a pretty early Grant Morrison comic. It's great. It's great. There's so many cool Judge Dredd stories on there. Oh, I'm so excited. There's like 13 or 14 case file volumes on there. It's
Yeah, I
ridiculous.
just saw a case file volume 37 at my at my local comic shop the
There's
other
so
day.
many. Uh, Speaking of which, Super Laugh Hard, who we sort of mentioned before going live,
Yeah.
because we saw the comments really early on. We really appreciate it. This is crazy to see.
Yeah, yeah. He had mentioned in a previous live stream that he was gonna do some custom Judge Dreads for us, and we were like, okay, that'd be cool. Like let's see. But no, like this is awesome. We saw the update and we're like, holy shit, this is
Yeah,
incredible. So no, man,
crazy.
thank you very much. Like we greatly appreciate it. And I think he said down below that he's like in Scotland and it's like 2 a.m. there right now. So
Powerful. We
yeah.
appreciate
Yeah,
you.
good morning, 2 a.m. from Scotland.
Yikes. Well,
Yeah,
thanks for jumping on. I mean, that's dedication. I appreciate it.
yeah, yep.
That's powerful stuff. Yeah, I mean, aside from that, I reread Final Crisis recently, that stupidly large omnibus. I forgot how hard it is to read those big things.
Yep. You gotta
Even
get
that,
that stand, dude. You gotta get that Omni stand so you don't break your back.
yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, I have a stand, but man, I can't imagine there's a stand thick enough for that huge book.
Well, I put Books of Magic on the new one, the one I was telling you about, the
Okay.
Amazon one. I put Books of Magic on that thing, and it works
Mm,
well. And Books
okay.
of Magic, you've seen that one.
Yeah.
It's
Does it
probably
like,
just as thick, if not thicker.
you know how at the bottom of the book, the actual cardboard part of it, it's not like getting crushed when it's just
Oh, I
laying
see
and
what you're
pressing
saying.
down?
No, I don't think so because it's
That one might
angled
be
a little bit.
strong.
It's not just straight up and down. It's sort of
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
angled back a little bit. So it's not so
Okay.
um yeah,
There's
there's
not
not
as
like a
much
ton of weight
pressure.
because of the and you can change the angle. There's like 5 different angles that you can change
Right.
it to too. So it's pretty sweet.
I think the Final Crisis Omni it's so thin, that part, that it just bends when you barely do anything to it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. I've been rereading Madman Library Edition Volume 1, plowed through
Nice.
that. God, dude, I forgot how much I love Madman. Like, it's just so much fun. I posted there's like a page in there where he's like talking about God. So like it's just really cool. And
Yeah.
then I've actually learned more about Mike Allred as a person, and which intrigued me even more and made me enjoy Madman even more because now I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I kind of see like and so I can't wait. His son kickstarted a documentary called Space Face like a year
Okay.
ago, and he's been working on it. And the last update was like back in November, and he's still trying to finish it up. But as soon as that documentary releases, dude, like there's a trailer for the documentary now that you can
Yeah.
see, and I cannot wait for that. But
Nice.
I went to my local comic shop the other day and I picked up the Diamond Gallery, the Crow rooftop PVC diorama that just dropped. It's like a 10-inch PVC statue. I just got
Ooh,
that. And then I also picked this up again. It was on sale it
nice.
was on sale for $20 at my local comic shop. So I was like, you know what? Supporting a local shop, getting a great book in return. After you had posted your reread of it, I was like, man, I hate Fairyland back
So
in the
good.
collection again.
I want to read it again. Just looking at it, it's so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw you got the Deadly Class volumes in as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
those
all
look
3
great.
volumes of Deadly Class in from our boy JP. So that's exciting. Oh, Fantastic Four Hickman Volume 1 is on its way. It should be here like Monday or Tuesday.
Very nice.
Dude, you know me. I've been waiting for that book for how long now? Like 6 years, 7 years, something like that. Like it's insane.
That's
It
a
went out
book.
of
That's a book you keep going back to. Every time you've sold it, you keep coming back
I've
with the
never had
reprint.
it.
Oh no! Oh, you read it
I
digitally.
read it digitally. I've always wanted it and I could never get it, and I couldn't
Yeah.
justify paying $200-300 for a book. And I was
Right.
like, I just
Right.
can't justify it, even though I did with the Crow. But that's different. That was like a white whale. That was the
That's not
Eastern
getting
Press edition.
reprinted.
That
Yeah.
book's never getting reprinted.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've been waiting years for this book to be reprinted, and I can't believe it's taken as long as it has. But yeah, dude, my Fantastic Four books, I pre-ordered them all. They're on their way. So
Nice.
I can't wait to go back and read. And the new covers, have you seen the covers for the
I have not.
reprints?
No.
There's one where like Human Torch is like flying in the background, and like the other 3 remaining members of the Fantastic Four like sitting there like kind of like sobbing and stuff. And I'm like,
Huh.
it's such a heart-wrenching cover, dude. I was like, so I had to get that one because that one is just so incredibly heart-wrenching.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
And then I guess I can give a little bit of a tease. So I've also been reading
Ooh.
original 1980s Marvel G.I. Joe comics lately.
That's right. I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah, I don't remember what intrigued me to do it. I think I was looking at the IDW run, and I remember I had tried reading it before, and I was kind of like, hit or miss with the IDW stuff. And then I was like, I'm gonna go back and read Marvel and see what it's about. And then I had reached out to our old podcast buddy Red, and I said, dude, is it any good? Because he's a big G.I. Joe fanatic.
Huge.
And he's like, yeah, man, it's fantastic. You got to read it. It's so good. And I was like, how good could it really be? So I was like, I don't know. We'll see. So I went back and I read like a random issue. And I enjoyed it. I was like, this is really good. And he goes, nope, you got to go back to the beginning.
Was it black and white?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. It's not that far back. Okay.
No, it was like 1982, 83.
Okay, yeah.
So, but I read it. And I was like, this is actually a really good book. Like it still holds up today. And so I've been kind of reading that. And then I had reached out to our buddy and said, hey man, I know this is gonna be super niche and some people might not even care because it's 80s G.I. Joe, or Action Force is what it was called in the UK. I said, but do you want to do like a video podcast where like you and I just record something and like we'll read like 25, 30 issues, whatever, and then we'll record and we'll go through the whole entire run. So it'll be like a 5 or 6 episode podcast thing, and we'll just upload it on our channel.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, he's down to do it. So we're going to have like a little readathon, and then we're going to every like 25, 30 issues, like maybe like once a month, we're going to do a video podcast thing and then we'll edit it and throw it up, and we'll discuss the 1980s Marvel G.I. Joe run.
Damn. Is that the IDW definitely did hardcovers for those, right?
But they're out of print, which is what got me even more intrigued, because I was like, well, now they're out of print, but they are super expensive.
Those are the plain cover ones, right? Well,
it just says G.I. Joe, and each volume's a different color. Yeah, dude, those are super expensive. You can get 2 volumes that are still in stock, but all the other ones are out of print, and they're like really expensive.
I remember contemplating those once years ago.
Yeah.
When I was buying everything.
So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to read it digitally. So I've been doing it all digitally. But I also had talked to somebody that does customs, and I said, hey, man, could you possibly turn this run into a custom? So we're going to discuss that and see if that's a possibility.
That'd be cool.
That could be a really fun custom.
I know
I've been reading that. It holds up, man. So I'm curious if there's any G.I. Joe fans in here. Let me know, because I've been enjoying it.
I see.
I've actually been watching the show too back in the day. Like I've been going back and like rewatching the cartoon as well. I'm having a blast with it.
This love for G.I. Joe is really burning strong.
Well, I've always loved G.I. Joe as a kid. I had all the Joes. My brother had all the Joes. We'd always play fight and shit, but like I never got into the comics. I only watched the cartoon and collected the action figures.
Now, what do you think about this? N-Man commented saying, "Oh, I hope Marvel gets the rights back to G.I. Joe and Transformers." What would you think about that?
I don't know.
G.I. Joe and Transformers. Well,
I
it,
don't
it
know
would be
because
like Star
honestly,
Wars, right?
IDW has done really well with it. So I
Yeah.
mean, it would be cool if they got the rights back because then they could reprint them like they did the Conan stuff,
Yeah. But
and they could
imagine like a new Jason Aaron G.I. Joe run.
yeah. Dude, well, the thing is, Larry Hama's been the one writing it for since the 80s. He even wrote the IDW, a lot of the IDW stuff that's currently
All of
ongoing.
it?
Like he's been writing it for
That's
30 plus
powerful
years. Like
stuff.
yeah, he's been doing
Wow.
like a lot of it. So yeah,
I
but
wonder what it would be like if they'd brought it to Marvel. I mean,
it'd be cool if they made omnis out of the stuff. I could see
yeah,
that being a really cool thing. Like I would enjoy that. Um, but I don't know, man. I guess it would depend. Because I kind of thought the same thing about Star Wars, but I really like what they've been doing. Some people hate the Marvel Star Wars, like
yeah,
the current stuff. I
right.
like it. I like it a lot. But I
Well,
know some people are
you've read a mix now, I think, of like some of the older stuff that's been
the Dark
reprinted and the
Horse
newer
stuff and
stuff.
then the Marvel stuff.
Do you have a preference? Is there any that you
They're
gravitate
both
towards?
very, very different. So it's really
Mm,
hard to say because they're both so different. But I love
yeah.
them both. I thoroughly enjoy both of them.
You're just
Um,
enjoying the best of both worlds,
yeah,
basically.
really,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. I'm not
Yeah.
hating on any of them. I'm
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoying it all. But I know there's some people that I think they're more diehard Star Wars canon like people than I am. Whereas like I can just enjoy it. And I'm not a diehard fan of Star Wars.
Right.
I think maybe that might be why. But
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't know, man. We'll see. Well, let's jump into these comments here, shall we? Homicidal Jose.
Yeah.
So happy to have found y'all. I've taken some recommendations after being away from comics for 10 plus years and could not be happier, particularly following Jeff Lemire.
Yep. Jeff Lemire, you can't go wrong. He's a comic wizard, as we all know.
Yep, he is the wizard. Gabe, what's up, man? How's it going,
What's going
sir?
on, Gabe?
Marvel guy, 1970s. Hey, everyone.
Nice. He knows where he stands, or she, or they.
Homicide, have you read Hickman's Fantastic Four? I've started rereading it. Yes, it's phenomenal. One of the best Fantastic Four runs there is. Paul, what is up,
What's going
man?
on, Paul? Man, it's a full house.
Art Walker, hey guys, glad to finally catch a live show. Oh, dude, there's some new people here. This is cool. We got some
Nice.
new faces.
I love it.
Kingdom Come. That's a great
Always.
book. It's a great book.
Always recommend that one.
Looks cool. Welcome, Warren. Hey, Mikey Matt, I'll be a vendor at Veteran Comic Con virtual event next week. Oh, that's cool, man.
Very nice.
Congratulations.
If anyone's interested,
yeah, I got
check
some
it
of
out.
the woodwork stuff right here. I got two of them anyway.
Show us that wood.
Well, I guess they're the same one, the two I have, but they're just
Yeah.
these one. And then we
Love
also got
that.
like Spider-Man and Batman, and yeah, but these are the two that are like right next to me.
Hmm. That's dope.
Yeah,
Can't wait to get mine.
Man. Ghost Rider looks amazing. I did mean to look into it if it's a great spot. Yeah, dude, I recommend it for sure. Punisher too. Yep, Punisher is great. Only ghost story I've ever read was something with Wolverine and the Punisher from the 90s. Yeah, that was good. 90s Punisher was very hit and miss. And that was probably more Danny Ketch Ghost Rider as well. So if Ghost Rider has ever intrigued you, I recommend it. Jason Aaron getting hit on multiple fronts. At least he can take out his aggression by punishing.
Is he? What has he done?
Probably people shitting over the fact that the skull got changed.
Oh, damn, that's a bummer. Can you imagine something like that driving people to like hate on you?
I know. Well, you're still coming down next month, right?
That's right.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna see Jason Aaron next month.
Yeah.
We'll
I'm
have
gonna
to
give him a
ask
piece of my mind.
Yeah, we'll have to be like, look, man.
Give me the Southern Bastards hardcover.
I've heard
already.
Cosmic Ghost Rider is good. Is it new? Yes, it is extremely new reader friendly because it's a brand new character that takes place way in the future. So, yes, I would say Cosmic Ghost Rider is a very friendly new read. I wish Latour wasn't a weirdo. Southern Bastards is my favorite Jason Aaron story. That's a great one.
You need that volume 2, man.
My birthday was last month. Hey, happy birthday, man.
Happy
Belated
belated.
birthday.
17.
ASM has gotten way better since Spencer left. Well, that's even more exciting because I was kind of enjoying what he did. I mean, I wasn't like gung ho about it, but I was enjoying it. So now that it's even better, that makes me even more excited.
Who took over, I wonder? Watch it, Jed McKay.
I don't know. He does good on Moon Knight, though. Realm V is the new powerhouse. Yep, I still got to finish it. I've read a little over half of his Swamp Thing, and I really like the take that he went with. It was a really neat take. I got to finish it off. I was kind of waiting for it to build back up before that was one I just kind of wanted to fly through. But
He's got a Justice League Dark run as well. It's not too long, but it's there.
Really looking forward to Zdarsky taking over Batman. That dude is on fire.
So is he taking over? Because I've heard conflicting reports that there's a new title coming out that Zdarsky's writing, but Batman. Because I think Joshua Williamson just took over.
Yeah, I don't
know.
I don't know. I know Williamson's writing Batman currently because I saw it in the shop, but I don't know. It's just weird because Zdarsky, as we know, we've interviewed the man before and stuff, and he's known as being really funny and goofy and off the wall. So when I heard he was writing more serious characters, I was like, how is that going to work? But apparently he's done a really great job with Daredevil.
Oh, yeah. Issue 125, Zdarsky's taking over main Batman. Wow. Cool. That's exciting.
Zdarsky's Daredevil has been great. I've heard awesome. I haven't heard anything bad about it at all. He's always just pegged me as like the funny guy, And so I'm like,
Yeah, his Daredevil's awesome. I read a bit of it.
I read a little bit, but not a ton. He did a fantastic job overall with Batman. Interested to see Daredevil. Interested to see what he does with Batman. I finished Donny Cates' Venom. It was amazing. Maybe I'll have to give it another
give it a shot, man. Try it out.
Maybe I'll have to I don't know.
Maybe you've matured.
And, you didn't like it either.
I didn't. No, I tried. I read what was it? King in Black. The one before that, Cosmic Cradle or something. Cosmic Cradle. I don't know. I tried. Didn't stick.
Yeah, Zdarsky is one of my favorites. I'll send you some 2080 goodness. Don't read Dread yet.
No.
I think he wants us to read read his
the Omnis.
I bet his is probably in a specific order that you're supposed to read it. I won't be able to send it for a wee while. That's fine, man.
No problem at all.
We're not. Yeah, it's all good. You get 1,000 games for $10.
Tell us how.
Yeah. What is that?
Tell us how and get rid of the $10 and then talk to us.
Conroy, is Herring and Robinson doing custom comics anymore? Nope, they are not. They were done as of late last year, unfortunately. So yeah. There's a couple other options now, though. God, that reminds me. I actually need to call him. So obviously Haushin. We all know about Haushin. We've talked about Haushin. For the US comic binders, there's Haushin. We've discussed that one till we're blue in the face.
Yeah.
But there is another company that apparently did custom comics for a while and then quit doing them, and now is just recently starting to do them again. And they are actually based here in Omaha, where I'm at. So I'm pretty excited to check them out. And they're called Capital Binding. And they don't do graphic covers or anything like Haushin does. From what I gather, they're a bit more similar to Herring and Robinson. But I don't know that they have the same kind of die stamps and things like that Herring and Robinson had. But from what I have seen, they have better font options for a non-graphic cover than Haushin does. So if you want a non-graphic cover, Haushin doesn't really have that many options for fonts. It's like 2 options, I think. Like, it's not like, that's what I liked about Herring and Robinson, is that they had a lot of options and things for fonts. Well, apparently this Capital Binding has more options for fonts and things like that. So I'm interested in that. I don't know about their dies, stamps, or anything. Like I said, I need to call the guy still. But apparently they're back in business doing it. Then there's a couple other small binderies that do not do graphic covers, but again, from what I understand, they don't have very good font options. What was the one called that I was gonna check out and then I never did? Wallaceburg
Yeah.
binding. They have
Up
like
in my neck of the woods.
yeah, they have a spot in Canada and like right over the border where people from
That's
the
right.
US can send stuff. So
That's right.
and then if you're in Canada, there's always, Lehman, which is
Lehman, yeah.
where Mike goes. And then if you're in the UK, the one place that I'm very jealous of, I always see people posting, is Spink and Thackeray. Holy crap, do they do some awesome stuff, man. I constantly see people posting stuff from them, and I'm like,
it's the UK.
I'm half tempted. Like, if it's a book that like I really, really want, I'm half tempted to like ship my stuff halfway across the world to get it done because they do such cool stuff.
Damn.
I am all about the lap desk for reading big books now. Dude,
Hey.
So am I. It has been a lifesaver. It is crazy.
Tell me one other place you can say that sentence with a straight face.
What? I'm all about the lap desk for reading big books. I like big books and I cannot lie. Lap desk saved my life.
Damn.
Matt and Mike, do you still buy omnis or are you all strictly customs?
We buy, yeah. We
still buy omnis.
I don't buy as much as I'd like to, but just had a house purchase, so
I'm actually in the process of downsizing a lot just because I'm like looking around and I'm like, I just have not enough space, too many books. I have I have tons more customs I want to do that I'm not going to have space for. So I was like, I just need to start cutting back on stuff and whatnot because I started to like I go through these phases where I buy a whole bunch and then I'm like, so I need to stop doing that. But no, we still buy. We get our support from our boy JP at organicpricebooks.com. Use our offer code THC2 or THC ship it together to save either $2 or 5% off your entire order when ordering 3 or more books.
That second one is all one word, THC ship it together.
Yeah. So use our offer code, help support our channel, because then that actually supports us, because then we get more books in that we can do reviews on and giveaways and all that fun jazz. So
yep. That's right.
But no, so I do actually have a bunch of books pre-order right now. Like I said, I got the Hickman. I just got the Deadly Class ones in. I got the 2 Hickman ones in. I've pre-ordered all the Star Wars stuff that's going to be coming out.
Nice.
All the, the Madman Library Edition Volume 3, which will be in September, October. Sin City Deluxe Library Editions I got. Yeah, so no, I still pick stuff up. I'm just a little bit more picky, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you gotta be.
Yeah, there's just too much stuff.
You gotta be. I've definitely moved way more towards customs, so I think this year I'll probably get like 25 new ones at least.
New customs?
Hell yeah.
That's it? Only 25?
Yeah, I mean, I'll see what happens once I get all those Hulks in my hand.
I was gonna say, dude, you got like probably at least 25 Hulk books just sitting in my closet right now.
I know, some of them bound, some of them needing to be bound. All those goddamn floppies there.
Yeah. Are you coming alone next month, or are you bringing the woman?
I think I might be coming alone.
All right.
When I travel
I told Riker, I go, yeah, we're going to the con, and he's like, can I come? And I was like, he hasn't been in a while. And then my wife was like, she found out like Joey Fatone was gonna be there.
Yeah,
Murr from Impractical Jokers, and she's like, I might go to the con for just a day, and then I'll hang out with the kids at the hotel while you guys go to the con. And I was like, all right. The good news is this time, though, dude, our hotel room is literally like 2 blocks from the con.
Nice.
So remember last time we had to drive and find parking and then walk a mile? Yeah, no, not anymore, dude. Our hotel room,
we'll walk right to the con.
Right at the con, baby.
Dope. It's gonna be sweet. I can't wait. It's been so long. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get some Jack Stacks barbecue while we're down there.
Yes, please.
And then we're gonna have to go hit up the Waffle House, see if we can find Skittles again.
Get a new story for this time. Yeah, I was just telling my lady friend about the story Skittles I told her about, and how that second time the guy said he's never seen someone order so much and finish it all. I think.
Oh yeah.
He's some new guy. Man, waffle! I can't wait. Love
good
Waffle
stuff.
House.
Good stuff. Cool, man. Super laugh hard, dude. You're
have a great night.
The Hondo Lorian.
Nice.
Hello from San Francisco.
Well, hello. It's saying hello from the past, 3 hours in the past.
I hate Fairyland, so it is. It's really good.
It's amazing. The
We're
last
actually releasing
issue.
Scotty Young again next month too.
Yeah, I'll have to get him to sign my second volume. The last issue where you get, it's like this. Sorry, not the last issue. The I Hate Image issue. Man, probably the hardest I've ever laughed. Legitimately, like if you're a fan of Image and the creators at Image, oh man, it's so funny. It's so funny.
I really enjoy Scotty Young. I think I might enjoy him more as a writer than I do an artist. Is that weird? Because he writes so good. Like I Hate Fairyland was good. Middle West was great. What was it? Strange Academy or whatever he was writing. That was fun. Like I really enjoy him as a writer.
Yeah, I think he's doing some other titles now too.
I'm reading. Oh, he did Deadpool for a while. That was really funny. I'm reading Ecstatic right now. All Read with Pete Milligan. It still holds up 20 years later. It does. It does. I actually read that one. That was a few years ago now, but
because I think they're coming back, Milligan and Allred, to do a new title now, a new X title. I forget what it's called, but I'm pretty sure they're coming back to
Excellent or something like that. I think
that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Excellent. Yes. Yes.
I remember seeing it and I went, only they would write something like that. Yes. BJ, what is up, man?
Hey, BJ, what's going on?
We need to get BJ on our show sometime.
Yes, we do.
Everybody go check out BJ. That dude puts out a lot of awesome content.
Absolutely. Check out his Instagram, all of it. It's fantastic.
The spines on the re-release of the Hickman look pretty good. I don't know if I've seen the spines yet. I think I might have only seen the covers.
So I did see something a little on Facebook about Marvel redoing the spines in general now from the classic look. They're adding like a little strip with a character in it. I think they did it with the Fantastic Four reprints.
Yeah, I got the volume 4. Yeah, I got volume 4 where it has like the little small character at the bottom.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know if they're doing that for all the books, but
I just hate the small ass font on the spine. Like make the font bigger. You know what I mean? If you just made the font bigger, I would be all right with that. But oh yeah, we discussed that one.
I mentioned that. Yeah.
Better than He-Man. Oh, Paul, you're killing me.
There's no way G.I. Joe's already become better than He-Man.
No, He-Man was like a childhood favorite. And I gotta say too, dude, like the DC He-Man stuff from like like the early 2000s and whatnot that everybody did that the Omni's comprised of. That stuff's so good. And you had so many superstars writing that. You had Jeff Johns wrote some stuff. Tim Seeley wrote some stuff. Like there's just you have a lot of great stuff in there.
Oh yeah.
I've never read ROM or Micronauts.
Me neither.
I'm very familiar with them as they were on when I was a kid and whatnot, and then the toys and all that fun shit from the 80s. But I have never read a ROM or Micronauts comic.
I mean, ROM especially has like a cult following,
dude. I think it was Tim Benson said that like every custom binder he knows custom binds ROM at some point. Like everybody binds ROM, and it's like you're not a real custom binder unless you have ROM custom.
Yeah, I've seen so many ROM custom binds,
but I have never. Maybe I'll read it after G.I. Joe. I bet I can go ask. I bet Red's read them.
Probably.
Red's a little bit older than I am, and so he was probably more. I bet he's read them. I barely know anything about G.I. Joe. Kind of want to check out the original card. Yeah, dude. You watch it on Tubi. If anybody's curious about it, go to tubi.tv or whatever their website is, or get the app. It's completely free. Just watch it on Tubi. Nice. They got them all on there. It's awesome. That's how I'm actually getting the DVD set again to go with my collection over here. But yeah, that's how I've been. Watching them. One of the G.I. Joe series from IDW got canceled back in the day.
I believe it.
Rodimus Prime Rib. Nice. The Hasbro channel on YouTube is airing the G.I. Joe cartoons. Oh, there you go. That's cool. Who does these customs? I'm not sure which customs you're at. If you're asking about the one where I mentioned the G.I. Joe one, I'm not at liberty to say. But if you're asking like who does customs in general, we've named off a bunch of binderies.
Go back 5 minutes.
Yeah. What?
I was gonna say go back 5 minutes into this live stream.
He-Man and Turtles were my jam. Yep, those were my big two loves as well.
Turtles
Was
are
He-Man
awesome.
and Turtles. They recently the problem with the Turtles though is that the cartoon doesn't hold up as well. I think it's
Yeah.
definitely obviously geared towards kids. Whereas GI Joe, the cartoon still holds up. Transformers, the cartoon still holds up. Thundercats, the cartoon still holds up.
Really?
Yeah,
Thundercats.
Masters
Wow,
of the
okay.
Universe.
Does not.
The 2002 reboot is fantastic. That show is phenomenal. But the original 80s Masters of the Universe cartoon, it doesn't hold up as well as I remembered it from my childhood,
It
unfortunately.
happens.
But yeah, a lot of other cartoons still hold up really well, though. Dude, you know what I was actually just watching the other day? Freakazoid. Have you ever seen Freakazoid?
I don't think so.
It was big with Animaniacs and
Okay.
Pinky and the Brain and all that kind of stuff. Dude, Freakazoid is actually way funnier now as an adult than it was when it
Wow.
first came out and I was like 12. Like it's way funnier to me as an adult. Like so much adult humor in
Okay.
that show that just went right over my head when I was younger.
Yeah. Where'd you watch it?
Tubi.
Tubi. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I wanted them to get them on DVD, and I was like, but volume one's at a print, so it's
Yeah.
like kind of you can still find it for a decent price, but so I was like, well, I want to watch it again before I commit to buying it, and I did, dude. I watched like the first 5 episodes. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
It's really funny.
Tubi.
Like the first episode, he marries his hands. And then, like, it's just, dude, it's very adult. Let me just put it that way. Like, that
Okay.
show is very adult oriented.
I'll have to check it out.
I think the hardcovers, what? I'm confused. They recently released a comic series based on the 80s Joe cartoons. Yes, Eric Burnham, Dan Schoening,
Wow.
and Delgado on colors. They are phenomenal as a trio. They're like one of my favorite trio in the world of comics. They did all of the Ghostbuster stuff for IDW. They've done some Transformers crossover stuff together. They did. Eric Burnham wrote some of the micro series for the TMNT stuff.
That's right.
I absolutely love Dan Schoening and Eric Burnham and Delgado on colors. Like they are like one of my favorite trinities in comic writers, and they do such a fantastic job of like bringing all of that nostalgia feel back, but also making it their own. It's really, really good. And I haven't read the GI Joe yet. I think only one issue is currently out. But our buddy Red read it, and he's very particular, and he loved it. He said it was phenomenal, and it's only going to run for 4 issues, unfortunately.
Maybe they're just testing the waters.
Yeah, which is a huge bummer, man. I wish it was going to be more, but yeah, it's called like a GI Joe or Saturday Morning GI Joe or something like that is what it's called. But apparently, it's phenomenal.
Sounds like it's worth supporting people.
I want Ramen Micronauts, but that might be a different license, I think. I don't know who has that. I really
thought
don't.
IDW did.
I think Kirkman wants those rights for Skybound. Ramen Micronauts? Oh, dude, that'd be cool because Image and Skybound, they put out really nice hardcovers.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that. The 80s cartoons I want to check out or watch more of: He-Man, She-Ra, TMNT, G.I. Joe, Transformers. Yep.
Good list.
I got all of those on DVD. They're all great. Just He-Man doesn't hold up as well as I remember. Huge G.I. Joe fan back when I was a kid in the 80s. Should be interesting to see what Robert Kirkman does with it. Oh, Kirkman's trying to get G.I. Joe?
Imagine. Huh.
Is that what you're saying?
I think so. I guess that's happening.
I need to like look into this a little bit more. I just want the G.I. Joe and Transformers and Micronauts ROM stuff to be reprinted in a proper way. Did anyone score the JLA Avengers reprint?
I didn't know that was even reprinted.
There's only like 1,000, I think, being made, or 500 ever being. There was a very small print run, and a lot of comic shops weren't even allowing people to like pre-order it. Some comic shops weren't even going to get it in, and it's already selling for like $400.
Yeah,
it's insane,
crazy. I didn't even know.
Yep. And I think a lot of it just has to do with Perez, being
yeah. Oh, for sure. for sure.
Was on eBay looking at the G.I. Joe books. Yeah, unfortunately, the original G.I. Joe books,
Tough to find.
super
But
expensive.
the newer ones are still pretty available, the hardcovers?
I think so. I think there might be a couple that are out of print, but they're not I don't think they're as expensive as the original
Original.
ones.
Mm.
Dude, those original ones are insanely pricey. No luck in the copies. I think he's talking about JLA Avengers.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yikes.
Hope Marvel gets it so we can get some Omnis.
Well, yeah, I did check, and Robert Kirkman, yeah, it looks like it was in December, reported in December that he's trying to get those licenses. G.I. Joe and Transformers specifically.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, Kirkman has like all the money in the world.
Right.
Thanks to The Walking Dead and now Invincible. So I think if anybody could do it, it's Kirkman. Like that dude's legit one of the richest comic creators in the history of comics. So if anybody could do it, I would think it would be him. Any word on what happened with Southern Bastards Book 2?
I mean, probably move to 2023. Knowing,
you know what, dude? Let's just ask Jason next month. We're gonna be at the con. We'll just ask him next month. We'll just be like, hey, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, listen, Jason, I know you're going through a lot with this Punisher stuff, but let's be real here. Southern Bastards Volume 2. What's up?
Yeah, I don't think I've read any Jason Aaron.
Well, I haven't read that Jason Aaron stuff either. But
Aaron. Hey, Jason Aaron.
Aaron. Yeah. You should
admission is free for the Comic-Con next weekend. Would be cool to see you there. Oh man, I wish I could, but I'm nowhere near you, man. I think Mike might be close, and Mike's even far away from you.
I think he said it's virtual.
Oh, if it's virtual, then maybe.
Yeah.
I'll take Epics or Omnis for G.I. Joe Transformers. I think Omnis would come if they got the license back.
Definitely.
Yes. I want a Zdarsky Daredevil Omnibus. From
I'd buy
what
that.
I gather, I think you're gonna get it.
I'd buy that.
When is the next giveaway?
15K.
15K. We're almost there, slowly but surely.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Zdarsky is taking over Batman. He did do a limited series for Black Label last year, which DC decided to release this year, so that's why people thought it was 2 titles.
Makes sense. Very confusing times to be in.
Is Patreon one of the better ways to support y'all? Honestly, we were kind of debating back and forth on if we should just end Patreon, because now we have to pay freaking taxes on it, and we don't even get the money. Like everything we've ever done for Patreon goes right back to you guys. We do raffles and give away books, and like we don't keep any of the money. We pay for the book and shipping. So we've been actually debating on, because now with the tax laws, I'm like, I really don't want to pay taxes on this, and I don't feel like going through it at the end of the year and doing all these write-offs and stuff. It just seems like a pain in the butt. But
I agree. I think the best way to support us is to support organicpricebooks.com with our promo codes.
That's actually true.
Yeah. Or merch. If you want merch,
we get supported. Yeah, you get books, and we get support that way, because then we get basically, just to be completely upfront, like he offered us cash or gift cards, and I said, you know what, give us gift cards. So anytime people use our codes, we earn, however much, a certain percentage. It's not a lot, but we get a little bit of percentage, and we just get gift cards, and then we buy more books that we can then review on the channel. Like it all comes full circle. Like we don't really make any money at all doing any of this stuff. So
it's all just going back into it to make more content.
Basically,
more things to talk about.
Isn't Zdarsky doing Batman the Night right now? I think that was the other.
That's what Thrasher mentioned.
Wallaceburg does do. They do, because someone else went to Wallaceburg and they said that they didn't do. Unless I'm thinking of a different one. I could have sworn it was Wallaceburg. They said they didn't do graphic covers.
Interesting. They changed their minds. Too many people asked them about it.
Now I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued by that one now, because I could have sworn they didn't. I mean, I could very well be wrong. I've never used them, but just wondering. I worked at Waffle House in high school. My girlfriend's dad was an executive VP.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I really want Waffle House right now. I'm gonna have to wait another month before I get it, but Puerto Rico.
Hey, Puerto Rico in the house.
I love Puerto Rico. My wife and I went there. It was a while ago now. It was probably close to 8 years ago now, 7, 8 years ago, unfortunately. So it's been a minute. But when we went, we were there for 10 days and had the absolute time of our life. We didn't go do any of the real touristy stuff. We hung out with locals. We went to all the local beaches. We went to all the
Yeah.
local restaurants. Everybody we met, those that I could communicate with anyway, were absolutely amazing. Everybody was super laid back. It was the most amazing trip we've ever had. We had so much fun in Puerto Rico. I loved it. We drove all over the island. It was fun.
Nice.
Driving in Puerto Rico, though, woo,
A little risky.
Dude, it was crazy. People are swerving in and out of traffic. They don't care.
Making their own rules.
I love 90s image, but modern day image I'm not really into.
Interesting. That is probably the most controversial opinion I've ever heard.
Very controversial opinion. You're telling me you'd rather read Youngblood over Gideon Falls?
Hey, man.
Teach their own. I support everybody. Teach their own, but that's crazy.
I know.
Have you guys ever read or seen Alex Alice? Simple but beautiful work. Sadly, the animation was never greenlit, but the trailers. Have you?
Haven't heard of it. No.
Yeah, I haven't.
Alex Alice.
No, I'm intrigued to see what it is.
And it sounds like it's not something. And those two words doesn't sound like a name I'd look up on YouTube. If you catch my drift. Anyway, moving on.
I would have bought the Hickman FF Omnis, but I was getting the CCs. I might have bought the Omnis a few years after the CCs, but they announced Omni 1 reprint before the CC4 came out.
Damn. Well, you gonna upgrade or not?
Yeah, man. Upgrade. It's worth it. I hope. I haven't gotten my copy yet, but I'm sure it's worth it. I'm punishing Marvel by not getting the Omnis. That will show them. Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Damn, N-Man," and is not buying.
We have this one copy that's never.
We bought the complete collections instead. Son of a bitch! What were we doing? Freakazoid. I remember that one. Yes. Norin. Yes, Freakazoid was a gem. It's so much funnier now. I laughed a lot, and I was sober, and I laughed a lot.
Wow.
Just throwing that out there. I was meeting one of the G.I. Joe series from IDW. I heard it got canceled, the hardcovers. My bad.
Maybe.
Why do creators like Jason Aaron apologize to the SJW mob? Sales won't be affected either way.
I mean,
what the hell did he? Oh, I remember why he was getting shit on. It wasn't just the skull thing. He was also getting shit on because Conan. He wrote a book and based one of the characters on Pocahontas, like the real person. I don't remember the whole story because I didn't read it, but it had something to do with Conan and his portrayal of the real person, and things like that. And I guess it kind of came across to Native Americans as I guess rude, not correct. It was just kind of
I see.
Not portrayed in the best light, I guess, was my understanding of it. I just read a brief article, but that's right. I remember that now. As far as your comment, I'm not going to touch that one with a 10.
I mean, it's real easy though. At the end of the day, there's advertisers that pay Marvel for advertisements, and if they have a problem with something that's in a Marvel book or someone associated with Marvel, there needs to be some kind of resolution, at least publicly, so that advertisers can be happy.
Well, not only that, but Marvel's owned by Disney.
Yes, so that's a big deal.
It's a very big deal.
But yeah, I didn't know about that. I mean,
yeah, I forgot. I just had read an article in passing one day, but because I don't read Conan, I had forgotten all about it.
Yikes.
Yes, JLA Avengers is out for people. I know there's one person, Omnibuddy Mitch. I believe he actually got a copy in, so maybe go check out his channel. Support Omnibuddy as well.
Absolutely.
He does really great content. I don't know why that dude doesn't have more subscribers.
His production value is fantastic.
His production value is like 30 times better than ours by far. And he's I don't know why.
Super knowledable.
He's go check out Omnibuddy. He's good too. How do people have time to follow what the creators say or do online? I don't know, man. I just happen to stumble across stuff here and there. I listen to comics by Perch channel. Definitely not active on the cesspool called Twitter. Yeah, I try to stay off of
Safe.
social media
Yeah,
pretty much the entire time.
it's
I
wise.
try to avoid social media at all costs. I deleted Facebook off my phone, and yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like social media.
Using
Uh,
the THC Instagram is the thing I probably do most. I rarely post now too, but just to see what other
oh yeah,
people are up
the
to.
Instagram is like the only thing I look at, and
Yeah.
then post and stuff. That's the only thing that I mess with. Um, Young blood, yes.
Well, hey, different strokes for different
Groovy,
folks.
groovy. Are you guys going to get Absolute Wonder Woman by George Perez?
I am not. It looks like a great book. I watched the Organic Price Books overview on it. I read the run in omnibus format. Honestly, I didn't think I would reread the Omni. So I love George Perez art. I think he's incredible, but I don't know, just not for me.
Yeah, I've not a huge Wonder Woman fan. I did really like Azzarello's run on Wonder Woman though.
Mhm.
That it was incredible. But overall I'm not like a big Wonder Woman person, but I do want something. I need to find something else that I really dig by because I love George Perez's art.
Yeah.
So I want to support his work in other avenues. I just don't think Wonder Woman's gonna be for me, but
Well, he did some like creator-owned title called Sirens, I think. I don't know if you heard about it, but there's a hardcover for it. Um, uh, it's probably out of print at this point. It was a Boom Studios book, though. But
oh.
yeah, I mean that's another option for people out there that don't want DC or Marvel stuff by Perez or DC stuff.
Boom's good stuff too.
Hmm.
Wallaceberg calls them digibinds. Somebody recently posted pics on the binding forum. They look phenomenal. I knew they did half binds, so I was just as shocked. Digibinds? It sounds like
It's
like
Digimon.
Digimon.
Hey, how about an NFT bind? Give us your comics, we'll give you an NFT. You can read them
Sorry,
in the
I'm looking up
metaverse.
Wallaceberg right now because I want to see this Digibind thing.
Yeah. Imagine the bind gets ready, you just hold this device in your hand and shake it, and then after about a week of
Well,
shaking it.
Mike, if they do, because Wallaceburg's Canada, if they do, you might have to jump ship, buddy, and go get some custom graphics done by
I don't know,
Wallaceburg.
man. Maybe for certain volumes. I really like the vibe that I get from Lehman. I already have like 70 binds from them that just look that way, so I don't know, it's tough. But maybe a few volumes here or there. I'll get a graphic cover for them. We'll see.
I know that they had, because I remember talking to him about die stamps, Wallaceburg about die stamps,
They
but
do
like
have
their
them.
selection was like 3 or 4 die stamps. Like
Mm. I just
it
wonder what the
wasn't very
price
many
of
die stamps.
what's the price of a digibind.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to look right now. I'm trying to figure this out. I didn't know they did them. Comic book binding prices. I don't see anything that says anything about digibinds.
Hmm. Maybe you gotta. Who knows? Maybe it's so new it's not on their website yet.
Maybe.
Maybe the person who posted was a trial run. Didn't even know it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything on their website that says anything about digibinds. Watch, I'm gonna like call them now. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I heard you guys do digibinds," and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck are
What
you
are you
talking
talking about?
about?"
Digibinds? Get back into the 90s.
They're like, "No, but we will now." Yeah, I want to check that out. That would be cool. It seems Diamond sent copies of JLA Avengers before the release date to some comic shops. Yes, that I think I did hear that.
Oh, maybe you can still get them online then once that 15/16 date hits.
Alex Alice is a French writer and artist. He did Castle in the Stars and Siegfried graphic novels.
Oh, I'll do some Googling after.
Yeah, I punished them by not getting X Factor by Peter David Volume 1. Now it's $35 on IST. That will show them. Yeah, I almost bought it just because it was so cheap. Not only that, but I actually did really like that run. I thought
Mhm.
that run was phenomenal. I really, really, really like Peter David's X Factor run. But yeah, no, I almost did it. I'm like, but when am I going to reread it again? And so I just didn't. But Jonah Hill foreskin with Guy Fieri. All right. Have you guys thought of doing a custom bind made up of deluxe hardcovers?
Yeah, I've thought about it. I've thought about splitting Omnis in two. I've thought about all of it, Jonah Hill foreskin, but none of it's happened.
I'm actually gonna be splitting up an Omni, and the only reason why is because, well, one, I have the 52 Omni. I know it's getting reprinted, but the one I have is the original one, and the spine broke on it. It was just they were known for being
It
shitty
happens, yeah.
binds. So I'm gonna rip that one up, put it into two. I have Fourth World Omni, the one where like it was the misprint, and they told everybody to
That's
rip
right.
the front cover off and mail it in, and so I got that. So I'm gonna break that up, put that into two. So yeah, I'll do like some of that stuff, but I don't know if I would take, like, for instance, I have like the lock and I just happen to see him sitting next to me. I have the lock and key, master editions. I don't think I would go rip those up just to put them
Yeah.
all into one,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I agree.
as a fan of the Flintstones, do you guys think I will enjoy the 12 issue series from DC? I love that series. I was actually really excited when I got the deluxe. It's a really good series. It's very different than the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, though. It's a little bit more of an adult emotional take on it. There's still humor and whatnot, but if you're going in expecting like the classic Hanna-Barbera stuff, don't, because it's
Mhm.
very different. But it's good. It's really good. So I say give it a shot. Oh, here you go, Mike. You're a big Cy Spurrier fan. Have you
Yeah.
checked out Step by Bloody Step?
Not yet, but I will buy the trade paperback once it's out. Simon Spurrier, Matthias Bergara. I mean, what more could I want? Apparently, it's the whole story's silent. I guess that means no dialogue. I haven't obviously looked at it or read it yet, but I'll definitely get the trade for it.
So what did
Anything,
Spurrier do? Just like write out the storyboards?
I guess, yeah. They just plotted it together. I mean, anything with his name on it, I'm gonna buy and custom bind eventually. My second anthology's at the bindery right now. I feel proud. Hopefully one day I get to meet him, and I hope he's proud of me too.
Yeah, he'll be super proud of you.
You're like, yeah, man, this is really cool. I'm never gonna see you again, but I'm glad you like my writing so much.
Sorry,
Can't
I have
help
to
it.
respond here.
It's all good, yeah. He just has great ideas. Yeah, we're basically you're basically the equivalent of a bootlegger doing this live stream right now. Moonlighting.
Has The Authority by Warren Ellis aged well? I
Uh,
enjoyed it. I just read it
yeah,
recently and I loved it.
it's incredible. One of the best
Yeah,
superhero stories out there.
I really loved it. I want an absolute Diodato Wonder Woman run. I like
Nice.
Mike Diodato's work.
Yeah,
His
me
work's
too.
really good. I enjoy it a lot. Gabriel, The Flintstones by Mark Russell is a real. I agree, 100%, Paul. Gabe, I got a video, dude, that I did. It's our most recent one. When I got the deluxe, you can kind of see what the art's like and things like that too. You mentioned Gideon Falls. Thoughts on whether to read that or Lazarus? Both.
Yeah, both. But if you have to choose one, I'd say Gideon Falls because, as far as I'm aware, Lazarus has not finished yet, and with Gideon Falls, you at least get an ending.
Complete story. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're both incredible. I mean, that's they're different. They're so different too. I mean, they're completely different kinds of stories. I just want to read Lazarus again.
Recommended websites to purchase custom bound Omnis.
eBay.
There's not really a website where you can. Well, okay, there is sort of. So Heroes Rebound sometimes will throw stuff up that they've done on their website that you can buy custom bound Omnis on. But other than that, really your best bet to buy off of other collectors is probably going to be like eBay. I will say though that you used to be able to get really great deals on custom binds on eBay, and sometimes you still can. But then there's crazy people out there, like the person that bound, and they look awesome, but they bound like a Batman, and it was just posted to eBay like today. They posted a Batman and Robin 2-volume set that like collects like the 80s and 90s Batman and Robin, and they're trying to, and it looks cool, graphic covers and everything, but they're trying to sell the two for $1,600. And I was like, you could totally do everything that you've done You could even have the same layout, everything. You could do everything that you've done, and you're going to pay way less than $1,600 and just do it
Fraction.
yourself from scratch. Like,
Is that? I wonder if that same Star Wars custom Omni is still for sale for like 1.3
you know
grand.
what the funny thing is about that Star Wars custom Omni? It is still for sale, and the reason
Yeah.
why I know it is because Tim Benson recently posted about it in the Facebook group, and he said that he's so embarrassed by it. I guess that's like his first custom bind he ever made. And so we were like, Tim, is that you selling it? And he goes, nope, 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 not me selling it. He goes, that is not me. He goes, but that's like the first custom bind I ever made. He goes, and I'm embarrassed by it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna haunt him forever on eBay.
Yep. But yeah, no, man, I would just recommend probably eBay. That's probably gonna be your best bet. Just keep an eye out. Sometimes you can get some really good deals.
Or just DIY.
Yeah, that too. Mike, when do we get an electronic drum solo?
When I'm good at them. When I'm good at playing them. Who knows?
Any
Probably
word
never.
on when the second book of Gideon Falls will release? And do you think Jeff John's Nameless series will be collected into a hardcover?
I'd hope we see Gideon Falls by like at least solicited by the end of the year.
Because it's finished, I bet we'll see it by Halloween. Because that's
Okay.
it's it
Yeah,
fits
it's
in
a
with that
horror.
theme. That's usually when the
Yeah.
horror books kind of drop. So
That's
I'm
true.
guessing Halloween if I had to
That's
guess.
true. And what is this Jeff? Does that mean like Geiger and all the other titles he's going to be doing at Image?
I'm assuming Geiger's
Maybe.
great.
Yeah.
I'm a couple issues behind, but Geiger is great. I really like that run.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully he gets hardcovers. I imagine he will.
I mean, it's Jeff Johns, so
Yeah. Hopefully soon.
have you guys read the new Punisher? Seems pretty solid, but looks like it was drawn by a computer AI. No style or flair to the art. Very strange. Yeah, we talked about it earlier at the very beginning. I loved it. We thought the art was
Same.
actually really solid. It is digital art. It's not hand drawn. I mean, it is hand drawn, but it's
Yeah. And
Jesus Saiz, and it's
it matches Punisher, and the reason you can almost tell that he did it like that specifically because it is a Punisher title. If you look at like what Jesus Saiz did on Swamp Thing, it doesn't seem as like clean or as I don't know. Yeah, I guess clean's the word for it, but I mean it's Punisher, so I didn't think he wanted to get too crazy, but we'll see what happens as the run goes on. Artists usually take a while to warm up.
Yep. Is Cy Spurrier and the rest of us are what?
God bless.
Cy Spurrier and the rest of us are proud, you goober. Now you're a goober.
I'm a goober.
Both.
That's for Lazarus.
Pulled the trigger on the Planetary Omni as it was super cheap on Amazon, but I've never read it. But it is always, I'm in the same boat, man. I have never read Planetary either.
Oh, dude, you got it, man. It's so good.
And it's super cheap. Like that Omni is like one of the cheapest books you can buy right now.
And it's such a good Omni too. The quality of it is fantastic.
Yeah,
one of the best ones they've ever made, man. It's so good.
But do you have? But I felt like I thought you had to know like backstory or something to it.
It's completely isolated. Completely isolated. It's so good.
What's the backstory that I thought you needed? Was it? It wasn't Authority, was it?
There was some backstory to Authority. They were Stormwatch before that, but
yeah, no, I knew that. But for Planetary, what was the?
I don't think there's anything. These were all new characters to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's great. I love that book.
All right, well then
many things I want to read.
Hang on, let me pull it up right now. Let's see if it's still cheap on Amazon here, because I keep seeing it for super cheap everywhere, and I'm like, one of these days. Do you still have it, or did you sell it?
I think I let someone borrow it, and they've had it for a couple of years now.
Those sons of bitches.
Yeah, my friend who I've known since I was 12 years old, most of my life, he's had my Grant Morrison bind for at least 2 years now, and still hasn't read a single story from it. It has Joe the Barbarian, Sea Guy, and We 3 in it. Hasn't read a single story. Not even We 3. It's like 3 issues. It takes like 15 minutes to read that whole series.
I remember when you got that made. It's still available on Amazon for $44.
That's, great price. I'm gonna see if it might be better it might be easier for me to just buy a new copy than to ever expect my original one to return.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great book. I love Planetary.
All right. I'll finally get around to checking it out.
Yeah. Take your time.
Oh, I can buy it on eBay for $35.
Look at that. Free shipping?
Well, no, I guess it's $10 shipping, but it says or best offer.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just offer him 25 and then pay. No kidding.
Yeah, imagine.
But no, that's pretty good. I'll have to
Oh,
check it
someone
out.
mentioned Amazon has the Absolute Planetary for cheap too.
But is that all 27 issues?
Yeah, it's the whole thing too.
Oh,
I know.
I don't know that I knew there was an Absolute Planetary. Is that?
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
Oh, Absolute Planetary. It was 100. Oh, wait. I'm confused. So there was Absolute Planetary Book 1 and then Absolute Planetary Book 2. And then I see another one that just says Absolute Planetary that was like way more.
Came out last. Yeah, there's one that came out last year. It has all of it. It has the crossover with Batman.
Okay, so this one is a $150 cover price. Amazon's selling it for $90.
But, dealer's choice, of course.
Well, is the art worth?
Oh yeah, it's John Cassidy in probably his prime, I'd say.
All right,
It's good.
man.
I'm honestly
Maybe I'll
contemplating getting the Absolute right now.
All right, maybe I'll
We'll see how the night
maybe I'll
goes.
just pull the trigger and get the Absolute then. Go big or go home, right?
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
definitely a book I've reread. I've reread that story like 4 or 5 times.
Okay, I'll trust you. You've never steered me wrong. Austin, what's up, man? Long time no talk. Warren Ellis run Stormwatch is far better than the Authority run. Stormwatch was good too. I remember reading that one and thoroughly enjoying it. Got some more custom questions. How easy or hard is it to do a custom bind? Well, the bindery does all the stuff. I mean, the prep work is what you would probably have to do yourself. And it's not hard. Mike's actually got some pretty good videos out there.
There's a lot
We
of
have different styles, like different ways of doing it. Mike uses like an X-Acto knife, and I rip out the and he leaves the staples and stuff in. I pull the staples out and then rip it page by page, or not page by page, but like I rip out the ads, the double-sided ads anyway. So we just have different methods of doing it, but you could certainly prep them yourself. So yeah. I wouldn't say it's difficult by any means.
Yeah. Check out the videos though.
As far as custom Omnis go, do you see a decline in the Marvel ones? They seem to be coming out with more than DC. I'm guessing people want more DC customs than Marvel. I don't know. I feel like Marvel probably because Marvel reprints a lot.
Right.
Marvel's very good about reprinting Omnis, whereas DC doesn't really reprint a whole hell of a lot. So I think maybe that might be why.
They also don't print what fans want.
Yeah. Also, Marvel tends to listen to people. I think Omar probably has a lot to do with that too, and his polls and things that he does on his channel. And so I think they listen. And I know that if DC would like a correspondent for their stuff, and they, we're the channel for them, they can just hit us up and we'll help them out.
We have sung their praises often.
Yes. Amazon actually says, oh yeah. Joe the Barbarian is great. Yes, absolutely. It is. That is such a good book. I read Planetary as it came out. There were often long gaps between issues that had a long storyline, but each issue could be read as a standalone.
Yes.
Which is rare for me to say because I'm not a Morrison fan.
Well, glad you enjoy the channel then.
The new Absolute is huge for Planetary. The Absolute is beautiful, but I went the cheaper route. Well,
I may pick it up.
Maybe I'll see if our boy JP can get me a copy.
Yeah, let's see if he can get 2. I'm kidding.
I'm sure he can. He's a store.
It's true.
So cool, dude. We're actually caught up on comments. That never happens.
Wild, I know.
People just must not be quite as talkative today.
But hey, as long as they enjoyed.
Oh, we just got another one. What do you guys think of Transmetropolitan?
I love it. I've read it multiple times. Great story.
I have not read it multiple times, but I enjoyed what I read. Yeah.
Love Spider Jerusalem. I wonder what Warren Ellis is up to nowadays. It's been a while since I guess he had problems. Never mind. He got put through the Twitter ringer.
Yes. He apparently
being a naughty boy.
Kind of a gross old man, apparently.
Gross old man, which I mean, I'm pretty sure we said this, but if you look at him, I mean, he was never trying to hide, that was his image. I think he had a ponytail going. I mean, the whole thing. He's Spider Jerusalem. What do you expect? He's a maniac.
Do you guys vote for the Marvel Omni reprints over at Near Mint? Every once in a while, I'll throw in a vote.
If there's one that I definitely know I'll want to buy, I will. But otherwise, I don't want to influence, what Marvel does if I'm not even invested.
Yeah, but DC.
Yes, talk
I
to
hope
us,
DC
baby.
reaches out to someone. There's been multiple people, multiple channels that have tried to reach out to DC.
They're tough.
Just for even like other stuff, because like Marvel sends us their weekly previews every week, and then we'll read them and post little mini reviews on Instagram and things like that. But yeah, we've tried reaching out to DC. We had a relationship with DC years ago on our old podcast, and we've tried reaching out to those same people.
No dice.
Yeah, it's no go. I've tried multiple times.
Yeah.
And no go. DC, and there's other channels that are larger than ours that have tried, and apparently DC just doesn't respond. So I don't know what their deal is, but they don't seem to be fans.
I mean, I guess they've got maybe their own channels that they prop up.
Maybe. I don't know.
DC fandom or whatever it's called.
Fandom. We forgot to discuss this. Have you guys seen the Batman? Mike is wearing the shirt even. Okay, so no spoilers.
Come on.
Dude, it's so tough, I know. No spoilers, but let me say this. I think I probably even did it on this channel. I shit all over Robert Pattinson.
Yes.
When the casting was announced that he was going to be Batman, I shit all over him. I was like, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. To be fair, I said the same thing about Heath Ledger when they casted him as the Joker. I was like, are you kidding me? 10 things that I hate about you is going to be the Joker? Like, what the fuck? But that being said, I went in the day before it opened and I saw like an early preview and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
No spoilers. Good. There's a few things that I was kind of like, I wish this would have been different or this would have been different, mainly costume wise. But I get why they did what they did, because sometimes just because stuff looks good on a comic book page doesn't mean it's going to translate well to film and things like that. So I totally understand why they did what they did.
Yep.
But I love that movie. I thought it was phenomenal. So incredibly good. It was 3 hours long. And normally when a movie's that long, I'm like looking at my watch going, when is this going to end? I did not do that at all with this movie. I thought Robert Pattinson, honestly, aside from Keaton, is my new favorite live action Batman. Like, he's my favorite live action Batman with the exception of Michael Keaton. Absolutely loved Robert Pattinson as Batman. He did an amazing job. Jeffrey Wright, who they got to play Commissioner Gordon, was spot on casting. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman was spot on casting.
Yeah.
Paul Dano as the Riddler was spot on.
Colin Farrell
as the Penguin.
Dude, getting his own show now.
He's getting his own HBO spinoff.
Much deserved. And the makeup people and costume people, especially for Cobblepot. I mean, man, I was trying to find Colin Farrell. I was trying to find his face, and it was so hard to. It's so well done.
He did an amazing job.
I mean, the way they're taking into account that it's like a 2-year-old Batman, like he's 2 years into it, you definitely see that in the movie. It's like I love the Nolan movies, but Gotham didn't really feel like Gotham. This felt like Gotham 100% without a single doubt in your mind.
I was telling Mike, I think I might love this movie more than I love The Dark Knight. And that's big praise. But then again, looking back, I think the only reason why I love The Dark Knight was because of Heath Ledger's Joker. If you take that out of the movie, I don't think Dark Knight would have been nearly as good as it was. I think it would have been on par with like Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises. I think Heath Ledger's Joker is what made Dark Knight as good as it was. Whereas this, I felt like everybody was really well casted, really well acted, really well directed. Honestly, it felt like this could have been in the Joker verse, like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker verse. It felt like real and gritty and dark and Like, I truly felt like, is this in? It's not. Once you see it, you guys will understand what I'm saying. It's not part of the Joaquin Phoenix Jokerverse, but it felt that, like, it felt very dark, very gritty. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, fuck, it was good.
it was
I
good.
can't wait. It's supposed to be dropping on HBO Max. I heard like April 16th or 17th or something like
Mhm.
that. It's supposed to be dropping on HBO Max, and I was
Can't
like,
wait to rewatch it.
I can't wait because I'm
Yeah.
going to rewatch it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, I cannot wait. I'm totally gonna rewatch it.
I'd love it
Dude, that
by, like,
reminds me, it's gonna be
yeah.
out. It should be out on HBO Max when you come down. We should have like a Batman viewing party.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
That would be
That'd be
fun.
dope.
My son loved it too. My 13-year-old, he went with
Nice.
me. He absolutely loved it. He thought it was really good too. So
Yeah. Yeah, I really dug it. Yeah, the whole thing was great. The atmosphere of it was fantastic. I didn't know what to expect going in, and it was, yeah, mind-blowing. I had a great time, which was, tough to imagine, you know? But I'm excited for it. I hope if they continue doing it, because 'cause I've heard, like, reports that Pattinson didn't like doing the workouts and stuff. But it would be cool to see, like, a second or third movie if maybe they threw in, like, Hush there or something, I feel like Hush could work in that universe.
yep.
That'd be a great story. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see.
Unfortunately, I don't think the more uh
You're not gonna see Killer Croc in
yeah,
this,
exactly. You're not gonna see Killer Croc in that universe.
or
Mr.
Solomon
Freeze would
Grundy.
probably, I would love to see Mr. Freeze, but Mr. Freeze would probably be kind of a far stretch in that universe.
Maybe a Zaz
Um,
thing as, like, a side villain in one of the movies, have Zaz
who?
pop Victor Zaz,
Zaz? Yeah, Zaz
just
would
as a
be
side
a
villain.
really good, like, side villain in that one. I could see him doing, like, the Long Halloween.
Ooh,
That would
yes.
be, like, a really
You know
good,
what'd be
like,
fun? If
take.
if they did, like, a psychedelic Mad Hatter thing, where it's not, like, necessarily mind control with hats, but just, like, a psychedelic trip or something.
That would be good too. That would
There's
be
so
a lot
many
of
there's
fun.
so many cool things, but yeah, a lot of the more crazier villains. You're not gonna
Well,
get
and there's
Solomon
also
Grundy.
talks about there, like, being, like, an Arkham spinoff, like an Arkham
Ooh.
Asylum spinoff, I guess,
Ooh,
and I don't know,
Hugo
there's a lot of
Strange would
talks
be a
of
great villain.
HBO loves their spinoffs, and rightfully so. I mean, look
Yeah.
at Peacemaker. Have you seen Peacemaker yet?
I haven't, but I've heard just good things about it. I know I'm
Ah,
sorry, man.
dude, you gotta watch Peacemaker. It is so funny. It is
Yeah,
so funny
I've
and
heard.
good. Like,
Yeah.
I love Peacemaker.
Well, if all the spinoffs are as good as that, then, I mean, hey, let's do it.
Yeah, dude.
Keep
Oh,
them coming.
but let's see here. What do
Let's
we
try to
got?
blast through these and,
Yeah, let's blast through these
wrap this
comments
bad
here.
boy.
I thought I saw Ellis was coming back,
I mean, probably the smoke will settle eventually.
possibly. What's your opinion on Thunderbolt's run from the 90s? From what I remember, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't anything like life changing or
I
like,
gotta
I
reread that.
absolutely love this
That's
run.
Kurt Busiek, right? I
Yeah.
think.
So close to having Absolute
Yes.
Swamp Thing Volume 3.
Can't wait.
Have you guys watched the Grant Morrison documentary, Talking with Gods?
I have not.
I think it's on YouTube, I think.
I may have to check it out.
DC is an isolated company now. We need a clone of David Gabriel to go work at DC,
Yeah,
right? And then he can
essentially.
reach out to us.
I gotta start off at DC as like a work as like a mailroom guy and work my way up to.
Work your way up. Yeah. No, I haven't seen Batman, but I don't know if I want to watch it because I'm not a
Come on,
Batman fan.
Warren.
That's just poppycock. Robert Pattinson is great. The Lighthouse, Good Time, Tenet. I
He
still
was
haven't
good in
seen
Tenet.
Tenet. I feel
He was
like I
great.
said I was gonna watch it after the last light. I still haven't
You're
watched Tenet
turning, yeah,
yet.
you're picking up my habits.
Pattinson was a great Bruce
Yes.
Wayne. I
Yes.
actually enjoyed him as Bruce Wayne,
Yes.
man. It was
Yes.
good.
I want to see him be Playboy Bruce Wayne one day.
Who doesn't love Ledger's Joker? My favorite live action Joker is Nicholson, but Ledger's good too.
Agreed.
They've got nothing on Caesar Romero. Yeah, and that mustache. I haven't seen it, but my friend said that Batman was like Star Wars Episode 7. It took the best from the previous movies, but was too safe and didn't do anything different. Again, I
Interesting.
haven't seen it. I don't know if I would agree with that.
I'd
As far as
disagree.
like not doing anything different, I definitely felt like this was different. Like
Yes.
this
Yep.
was not your stereotypical Batman movie.
Right.
This is very different from I think any Batman movie I've ever seen.
Yeah. I agree. It
It
didn't feel
was
like it was just taking the best parts either. It felt like it had its own vibe
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
for sure. See, Peacemaker is brilliant.
All right. Paul said it. I got to watch it.
You
now.
got to watch it, dude. And you got to watch the opening credits every time. Like you
Okay.
just watch, you're going to see the first time at watching, you're going to go, what the fuck is this? And then after that, you're going to watch the opening credits every single episode. Normally,
fine.
I skip opening credits on a show that I've seen multiple times. Not Peacemaker. I watch the opening credits every single episode.
Okay. I might watch it after this.
It's that good. With Planetary, you can see various callbacks to pulp heroes and references to a lot of obvious Marvel DC characters and genres and movies.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you,
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
I think you might be new. Thanks, man.
Thank you,
Good
Lloyd.
to have some new people on here. If they made a new Batman series, it should be year 2
with the Reaper, whatever his name was. Good stuff.
Well, that's kind of what this one was year 2. The Diabolical animated series on Amazon is about the boys. Yeah, I actually watched that.
Oh, right.
There was a few that were good, and then there was some I was like, this is dumb. Batman is a hard character. Get his stories and just okay. I'm not great. So, Batman's fantastic, dude. Batman tattooed sleeve all the way right here is getting worked on. I got a huge Batman tattoo. I love Batman, man. Batman, man. Favorite DC animated film? Rapid fire.
Dark Knight. Probably Dark Knight Returns, the 2-parter. Love that thing.
I'm gonna go. Actually, if you want my all-time favorite, I gotta go.
Or Under the Red Hood. Oh man.
Oh, Under the Red Hood's fantastic. Freaking fantastic. But if you really want my all-time favorite, I gotta go old school, and I gotta say, Mr. like the Sub-Zero one, the Mr. Freeze one from the 90s. That one is heart-wrenching. And I absolutely love that one.
Mask of the Phantasm is great too. That's what it's called.
Right? That's another great one. I absolutely love those. Under the Red Hood is really sick. I also love the Long Halloween 2-parter. That was really good. And I loved the Hellblazer one, City of Demons. That one was good. Fuck, there's too many good ones, man. Too hard. Make sure you've seen the new Suicide Squad before.
Yes,
have you seen the new Suicide Squad?
I have. Okay, love that movie.
But I like Flash. Yeah, Flash is
nice
good too. Oh man, he's going to hear it now. He said it was mostly a rehash of previous movies. What? What movie was he watching? I think he's lying to you. I don't think he's seen the movie.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I don't know.
No.
The only time Riddler's ever been in a movie was Batman Forever, and this is very different than Jim Carrey's Riddler. Like, very, very different than Jim Carrey's Riddler.
Yeah.
And Catwoman's been in the movies before, but not like this.
Not like this, no.
And
Bat and the Cat.
Penguin's been in the movies, but again, not like this. This is all very different. Like maybe you see some familiar characters.
I mean, the Batmobile's not a rehash. It's
dude, the Batmobile had me grinning from ear to ear when I saw that thing.
That reveal was fantastic.
Yeah, it was so good. I was grinning ear to ear.
Yeah,
I loved it so much.
That was amazing.
I love the so-called terrible live-action Green Lantern movie.
Hey,
yep, Ryan Reynolds. Even he shits on it, and he was in it. What's next on the custom bind to-do list? I've already got some books prepped and ready to go. I have the Spectre 2 volumes from Doug Munch. I got Gotham Central, and I've got what was the other one that's already prepped and ready to go?
Gotham Knights?
No, that one I have, but it's not prepped.
Okay.
I have another one that's prepped and ready to go. I just haven't sent them in. But now if these digibind things, I want to look into those. So now I'm debating on like which one do I use? What do you got on your list?
Right now, I mean, it's very slim right now. I just sent in like 12 books, but Justice League Dark by Ram V. A few manga titles as well. I don't know. It's growing. The list is slowly growing. Some X-Men stuff in there too. Some boom anthologies, a lot of different stuff. Having fun. I got to get my Brightest Day omnibus rebound as well.
Could you guys see Johnny Depp playing Two-Face in a future Batman? Like, I absolutely love Johnny Depp. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. I love Johnny Depp. So I think he can do anything, but do I think he'd be a good Two-Face? I don't know. Honestly, when they cast Tommy Lee Jones back in the day as Two-Face, that was probably the best casting choice you could have ever made for Two-Face. I think he is the perfect Harvey Dent. It just sucks that his version of Two-Face was back in the day was like that over the top campy stuff instead
Right.
of the what I would prefer to see these days. But
Yeah.
I need to prep something just to get used to Haushin now that H&R is going. Yeah, I know, but I want to check out this Wallaceburg Digibind stuff, and we need to find more out about that.
Yeah, try it out.
But all right, everyone, we have hit our time tonight. We've both got things that we gotta jump off and do. Mike has to go watch Peacemaker, and
and Freakazoid.
Get back to work. So
thank you all for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you all very much. We greatly appreciate you guys.
If you're using go ahead. I think you were gonna say it.
No, go for it.
I was gonna say, if you're thinking about buying new books, organicpricebooks.com at checkout. If you're getting more than 3 books, I think it is, right? You can use the promo code THC, ship it together. That'll get you 5% off your order. Or use the promo code THC2. It'll get you $2 off your order.
Yes. So thank you guys very much. You guys rule. That's the best way to support the channel, is to support our boy JP. Buy yourself some books. Treat yourself. And then use our code and it's all good. Yes, I will. I'm gonna get the Planetary Absolute. I will have it in my possession before the next live show.
We've got our homework.
Yes, we do. All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you guys very much.